In this lesson, we're going to learn how to add another level and to add foundation walls. In Revit, adding a structural foundation wall is the same as adding any other type of wall. The only difference is it needs to line up with the walls above. The trick in this lesson is to examine our view range to accommodate the placement of our foundation walls. Structural people always look at plan views in terms of what is under the floor. So they picture themselves standing on the floor and are looking down. That means when you place a structural item, Revit does the same thing. We work from top down. The objective of this lesson is to add a top of footing level and add an 18-inch concrete wall to support our existing walls. Open the file you've been working on, or open the file called Chapter 9 and follow along. In the project browser, under Structural Plans, go to Level 1. Let's take a look at our view range. The reason we need to adjust this is because we're going to put a foundation right underneath this level. Typically, an architectural view range is set to only view that level and up. We want to see this level and down. So let's go to our view range and see what's already set up in our structural plan. Click Edit next to View Range. And we're not worried about looking up now, we're worried about looking down. In the bottom, we're seeing down to 4 feet. The level for the view depth is seen down to 6 feet. So basically what that means is anything that's 4 feet below the slab, we'll see. Anything that's 6 feet below, we'll get a dashed line. Click Apply. Click OK. What we want to do now is create a top of footing level. So let's go down to our south elevation. I'm going to do it just by clicking on this button. I'm going to right click on level 1. I'm going to create similar. On my job panel, let's select Pick Lines. Let's offset it down 4 feet. When we scroll into level 1, we can pick 4 feet. Hit Escape a couple times. Notice we didn't have to type in a negative value. Revit just knows that it's down 4 feet. Let's call this top of footing. T period O period footing. And click off of it. Yes, we want to rename corresponding views. So in the structural plans, let's go back down to level 1. Let's create a concrete wall. On the Structure tab, click the Wall button. Let's scroll down until we find Foundation 12-inch concrete. Let's click on Edit Type. For the structure, let's click on Edit. The material is fine, we just need to alter the thickness to 18 inches. Click OK. Let's click Rename. Let's call it Foundation 18-inch concrete and click OK. Click OK. Now what we want to do is use our Pick Lines button. For the base constraint, let's set the base constraint to top of footing. The base offset is going to be 0. The top constraint is going to go up to level 1. Click Apply. Let's zoom in on our wall here and find the center point. Go around the entire building, keeping to the perimeter, clicking our lines. You can follow the elevator shaft around as well. You can see how Revit automatically cleans up the corners and automatically snaps the wall in for you. In a moment, we'll take a look at this in 3D just to make sure everything came in right. Once you're done picking all the walls on the exterior and the elevator shafts, let's go to a 3D view and take a look. Not too bad. Notice the elevator shafts still have a hole cut out of them. Now we have a foundation wall underneath our entire building. Once you get the hang of thinking structurally, this is pretty much the same. The top of the wall is constrained to level 1, while the bottom of the wall is constrained to the top of footing.